Real Talk
with Adore
and Dave. Welcome back, guys,
to another episode. This is the Real Talk with Adore and Daisy.
Yes, we are here with a special guest. You haven't asked me in a long time. I haven't asked you either. How is your mental health today?
My mental health is in a better space. The past few weeks have been pretty tough for me. I did have a death in the family. This is the first close death to me. It was my uncle. Mm-hmm. So it was it really hit hard. So I'm still working on that, but my mental health is better.
That's good.
How's yours?
That's good. My mental health is better. I've been ignoring everybody for about a week or two now. I'll probably respond tomorrow. But no, I'm definitely better though. Sometimes you just gotta ignore people and have time to yourself. And I'm really realizing that I don't owe nobody no explanation for why I'm doing it or, the reasons I'm doing it. I just sometimes feel the need not to talk to nobody because y'all can't really help me with my problems. So all them what you doing is, hey, where you at and all that. And I just be looking at them minding my business in my own skin, not talking to y'all. It's I am, but mentally I'm good. I'm good. And I know that sometimes I just need to do that. So I'm good.
It's nothing wrong with that. I'm the type that now I'm getting to the point where before I try to call somebody with my problems, I try to make sure that they in the space where they can handle my problems. Yeah. Even though it just kind of be a conversation, people that's close to you and your friends, it's kind of we're really my friend really in a bad space. What can I do? It could become your problem by default, just because you're a good person. So, yep. Mm-hmm. So I'm glad that you're in a good space.
Yes, I am.
We're going to get into our guest, Miss Jazz.
Very special guest. Yes, Miss Shy Lady. Tell the people who you are and what you got going on.
I am Jazz. Everybody knows me on Instagram as Jazz RELM. I am the creator and maker of Brooklyn Body Butter.
Good ass Brooklyn Body Butter. Okay, let's talk about it.
Let's get into the Brooklyn Body Butter. So, go ahead and tell us when you started, why you started it, and how amazing it is.
It's so amazing.
I could vouch for it. But
I can tell you how amazing it is because my son. Yes.
All right, so Brooklyn Body Butter started, it was trial and error from 2016, 2017. It was just a test run. So one day my daughter, she just broke out real bad. I'm like, dang, what is this all over her body? It looked like chicken pox to me. So I took her to the urgent care. I'm like, I think she got chicken pox, but I'm like, she way too young to have chicken pox. I was like, but she may have it. So the doctor looked at it and he was like, no, she has eczema. And I'm like, what? It was literally everywhere. It looked like little blotches just all over her body. So I was like, I didn't want to use anything that the doctors would prescribe, the steroid creams, none of that. So my mom, okay, so the story gets a little bit deeper and I'm going to go back into that once we finish this. So my mom, she had a friend who worked at the beauty supply and she was she told her my grandbaby got eczema. What should I use? Blase split. The lady was like, you got to use some shea butter on her. Shea butter is the truth.
Yeah.
So we bought some shea butter from the beauty supply and we tried it. But shea butter's consistency is really hard. The smell is really pungent. It's just a real distinctive smell. And I was using the yellow shea butter that has olive oil in it. I didn't know much about shea butter at that time. So it was working out. I would just take the tub of shea butter, which while she was in the tub, I would fill up the sink with some piping hot water, put the tub of shea butter in there, let it melt down, put it on her body. And that was our little routine. Mm-hmm. But that was getting so tedious, time consuming. I was something got to give.
Right.
So I went to YouTube University.
Hello.
And I was looking up different recipes on how to whip your body butters and stuff. And then that's when I started really doing my research, learning about the body butters. Learning about shea butter and the proper shea butter to use. So I say we're going to take the story back because the reason why I didn't want to use products that had that were prescribed from the doctor or steroid creams was because when I was a young girl, I had a skin condition called pityriasis. Okay. And it's basically it was dandruff on your skin. Yeah. So my skin was always really dry and flaky. And I remember being in elementary school and pull up my pants leg to scratch and all these flakes is like falling off. So like I was always embarrassed. But I remember going to the doctor and the doctor telling my mom like, oh, use Eucerin on her skin. And I just remember as a young child, like the Eucerin would just sit on the surface of my skin. So it wasn't, I mean, I guess it was doing
kinda,
it was kind of working, but it wasn't really working.
Right.
So I was like, my baby is not going to go through what I went through. And I can't really say that many people like noticed it at the time. I don't think so. But it was like one of them things that affected my self-confidence. And I was just like, I was kind of traumatized by having that skin condition. And I was like, that will not be my baby's case. Like, so I knew that those type of products didn't work properly for my skin and my skin condition. So it's funny. I was just talking to somebody about Brooklyn Body Butter. And I was like, it's kind of healing some like, the whole Brooklyn Body Butter has been pretty therapeutic for me because it's like kind of healing like some inner child issues that I suffer with, that I struggle with. So that's really how it came about. So like the story has been deeper as I've like sat back and analyzed like Brooklyn Body Butter, like how it came about, how I started. I'm like, dang, this is really deeper than what I really know. Like this going back like some 20-some years, like it's really like been a healing and therapeutic journey and just like how many other people it's helped and it's just.
Literally, because when you drop, it be sold out.
Yes.
In a day. Not even a whole 24 hours.
It sell out within an hour. When she dropped Rogue Butter, that was like a really big butter, I'm sure.
God.
The baby powder.
But I will say, we've been working on that. And so now we consistently have stock. I'm working on getting the email marketing and all of that in order. Like that's been the thing that I've been working on since January. I didn't know it was quite the process like that. So that everybody will know, like, oh, we have stock, like it's available. Because sometimes it's people that probably haven't been on the site since, I don't know, November, December. And they probably think, like, you know, it was sold out at that one time.
Yeah.
So they like, oh, I just came on the site and I see you finally got some stock back. I'm like, dang, where you been at? Because it's been in stock. It's been consistently in stock, but they just don't know. Mm-hmm. So, this year my goal is like really has been working on not being sold out. Like
really stocked.
Yeah, constantly having stock.
It's a good thing to be sold out though. No lie.
I mean, it is, but it isn't. I say it is because then it shows that, you know, you got a hot product. It's in demand, but
high demand.
But being sold out, it also, you lose customers that way. If you think about if you sold out, they gonna go to the next place.
No, they go come back. I don't care if they do go to the next place. They coming back because it's only one Brooklyn Body Butter. Like that's just the real. And it's a very high demand. So even if you sold out, then when you restock, you know
they come back.
They gonna come back.
So I want to piggyback on your story about the skin. So I have me personally. I have skin conditions. I got eczema. I got acne. So like I don't want to speak on it too much, but I'm working on something too. So like when you drop a new product. I think because like I'm kind of in that field, but not with body butter. I think like, okay, maybe I'm gonna put out this many because I don't know how it's gonna do. It's a new product. Yeah. But when she dropped Rogue Butter, she dropped it at what 10 a.m. Eastern or probably 12, whatever time it was.
No, it was like early. It
9.
Was like, it was 9.
I had my alarm set. I was probably like the first person. And then I posted it. People was writing me like, how many did you get? Like, sell it to me. Like,
I was like, I literally was on my computer at like 9 o'clock. And then like 9:03, it was like sold out. And I was like, wait, what the fuck?
That's lit.
I was literally at my computer like, wait, how the fuck did that happen? Like, I was literally scratching my head. I'm like, no way. And then at that point, I was like, I can't leave all these people on edge. They're going to be pissed. I'm like, I got to do something. So then that's when I did the pre-order. I was like, okay, well, you could pre-order and it'll be available in, it may have been like 2 weeks or something. But yeah, that was crazy.
But yeah, like in the winter, my skin is like very terrible. Like it be peeling. I'm still trying to find what works for me. And then sometimes I get something that do work for me. And then it only work for a certain period of time. But Brooklyn Body Butter, I've been using Brooklyn Body Butter since 2018. I started off with baby powder. So I got it for my niece. I started it with my niece when she was a baby. So we started off with baby powder. Then they like, what's that smell? So the whole house, my mama, sister, everybody. So like I still use it to this day. Like,
that's funny that you say you started out with baby powder, because that was one of the things I was like, my baby's so young, I want her to smell like, have like a fresh, clean scent. Yeah, so that's how baby powder butter came about.
That's kind of like my go-to, my everyday. My everyday.
That's my go-to. Like I use it with my son. My oldest son didn't really have bad skin. I don't know what happened with my second son. He got like eczema, like in the creases of his like elbow and his knees. But that Brooklyn body butter, baby.
Yeah. Yeah, that was definitely clever. Like, it's so satisfying to see, like, you know, like, so I kind of watched you build from up. I seen you go from like a small space. You started in the basement, and you went from a small space. I remember when you quit your job.
Yep.
When you had your little what's them cars, the libido.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not a Vito.
Yeah, and it said Brooklyn Body Butter on. She had her little logo sticker on the side.
That's so funny. I was just looking at a picture yesterday. I was like, dang, I miss my little Vito. Like, especially now with gas prices. Like, it was perfect.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's literally how I started. So when I first started Brooklyn Body Butter, it started in my parents' kitchen. Like, I had took my mom's KitchenAid mixer and I just literally started whipping. I was on the counter with it. So then I was like, probably better move this to the basement. Like, this where we could be cooking at and stuff. So I moved it down to the basement. I had like a little corner in the basement. Then I like took over the entire laundry room. And then at this time I was working 2 jobs. I was working at the casino and I was working at the health department. So I remember the health department, I would work Monday through Friday. I think my schedule was like 8 to 4:30, 8 to 5, something like that. Excuse me. Then I would go to the casino from like, it was something crazy. Like, it was an 8-hour shift. So like 7 a.m. to it was something crazy. And then I would like come home for a few hours. I would get off it was like 7 to 3. Something like that. I would come home, get off work. I like try to make like a batch of butter or something, and then take like a nap. Back to work.
Right.
Back to the health department.
Right.
So I was like really grinding it out. I was like, oh no, I gotta get this. I remember like working at the health department, sitting at my desk, writing like shipping labels, taking them to like dropping my packages off at my lunch break. I was like, oh no, the grind was real. The grind was real.
Yeah. So speaking of the grind, I think that's important that people feel like things happen overnight. Like if somebody who don't know you personally or who have not been following you, they probably look at you and be like, oh, she started this company and it just took off. Like not knowing that you had 2 jobs, not knowing that it wasn't easy in the beginning.
In your mama's house in the baby, you know.
It was a struggle. Like, I was really in a bind. Like, I always tell people, like, when I first had my daughter, like, I ain't had no money. I literally had, like, I think I had $40 available credit on my credit card. And that's all I had. So I'm like, shit, something gotta give. Like, I gotta figure this out. And Brooklyn Body Butter came like after that. So I feel like the first few years when my daughter, like we was just like, I was just like kind of in grind mode with her. I was like working odd and end jobs, trying to figure out what it was that I wanted to do. And then when I started Brooklyn Body Butter, I didn't even expect it to be what it is today. Like, I was just like,
gonna ask you that.
Yeah, like, I was just like, this is just something that I'm gonna do just because my baby needed. I was gonna sell it to like my family, my friends, my coworkers, and then it just started getting bigger and bigger. And I was like, dang, I think it was like just the word of mouth. I will say that it is a great product. I'm not being biased because I make it, but it is a great product. I've never changed the formula, so it's been the same. It's been like the exact same formula since 2017, and I don't know. It just,
you gotta tell the people about the grind though.
Because like speak more about that because they miss it.
Oh, that grind. Okay, so like I said, like I would, like go to work,
2 jobs.
Two jobs,
This
yeah.
did not happen overnight.
Yeah, no, it didn't
started
happen
in
overnight. I was
2017.
doing it. I was like doing that in between, and then on top of that, I was doing like every pop-up shop that I could to get my name out. I was like, oh no, I got to be at this event. I got to be at that event, and I literally was doing like everything.
So
I was meeting people like hand in hand selling butter. Like I would pull up on you. I had got that little card to like make deliveries. I was like, oh, they gonna know it's me. They gonna see me. People used to write me on Instagram because the health department that I worked at, it was the Oakland County Health Department, so it's right here on Greenfield. So people would be like, oh, I saw the Beetle. I saw the car, because I would drive the car to work and I would park it where people could see it from Greenfield Road. They was like, oh, I saw the Beetle. I don't know. I just was like. I ain't gonna lie. I was grinding.
Let's talk about it.
It's necessary because nothing happens overnight. Like you have to be consistent. Like even if you are working another job, if you know that this is your passion or if something is your passion, you gotta stay focused on it and just don't give up on yourself. Like,
and then like in between that, like I had tried like a lot of odd and ends, like just random stuff. Like one time I tried to do like a t-shirt business. At one point I was trying to do like a jean business, like where I would distress jeans and stuff. And like that really wasn't my passion. Like it didn't really, how can I say it? Like it didn't have a purposeful meaning to me. So I didn't give it my all. But I feel like with Brooklyn Body Butter, it has a purpose. Like the purpose is strong behind it. Like there's a need for it. People want it, but I also feel like people be like, no, I need my Brooklyn Body Butter. Like, that's what helps me. So that's what I be telling people. Like, whenever you doing something, like if you want to start a new business, whatever it is that you know, you want to do next or whatever it is that you're trying to do, like, it's got to have a purpose behind it. It's got to have some type of meaning or some type of benefit that's, you know.
Just because you see somebody get rich off a boutique don't mean you can go and start a boutique.
No, you
and
can't
go
do
work
it.
like that for you.
Yeah.
Like, you literally have to do something that you want to do, and I guarantee you, like, it's going to work for you.
Exactly.
Like, it's not just monkey see, monkey do. Oh, she's selling hair. I want to do that too. She made this off hair. I want to do this too. Like, no, it has to mean something. It has to mean something to you. I feel like for anything to work, it has to mean something to you. And it can't just be for the money. Like, it really got to have a purpose.
I can contest about the grind. I work so many jobs. I gotta go to work after here. The podcast, we've been doing it for a little over a year. We have not made $1 off the podcast. Like, and people will look at us and be like, oh, Bob, this, and like, it's so hard getting guests on here because people feel like, oh, it's just a podcast. They just want to interview you. Like, or they gonna be in my business, and not just particularly us, just because they hear the word podcast.
Right.
So it's like hard because it's hard.
I ain't gonna lie. At first I was like, no, I'm too shy. I'm like,
she did. She told me no.
Yeah, I was like, I'm like.
But guess what? I ain't take that no.
I'm gonna tell y'all what messed me up.
I spent the block.
I did. She did. She was persistent, and I appreciated that. And I'm gonna be honest with y'all. What messed me up was like COVID, because we, you know, okay. When did I stop doing pop-ups? I haven't did a pop-up in about 2.5, 3 years. I don't intend on doing one again because it's just so much work. And
that's really like the beginning of the grind. I would say that. Like that's the beginning of the grind. You got to get your name out there. You got to brand yourself, and it's important for different people. Pop-up shops bring a lot of opportunities for new businesses. Like,
they do.
You need to do a pop-up shop just to meet new black, well, not just black business owners, but it'd be a lot of us out here. So. It is.
But no, Autumn was persistent. She spun the block on me. So I was like, okay,
we spin the block. We get a no. We spinning the block. We get a no again. We still gonna spin.
Listen, I don't blame y'all, but I will say that like I did get like really like I ain't gonna say like. I will say I got like kind of shy. It was just like kind of weird. Like the whole COVID and everything put us in a different phase because we weren't interacting with a lot of people. And I will say that I was used to being a very social person. Like working at the health department, I came across so many people. Working at the casino, I was always very social. I will say that's funny that y'all asked about it's not funny, but it's good that y'all asked about mental health at the beginning of the episode because when I did transition into being like a full-time entrepreneur, that shit was rough. Like, I fell into a depression. Like, I was like, oh, this sucks. I was like, I hate this. Because I wasn't talking to anybody. I was just by myself, like, working all day. It gets depressing. And then when I was like, okay, full-time entrepreneur, I was in my parents' basement. So basements are known to be like little dungeons. They're dark. There's no light in there. So it was like, I'm going down to this dark basement. I'm coming up when it's late. Like, I was like, oh, this shit is depressing as hell. So I went through this like little phase where I felt like I was kind of like in my own shell. Like, I was like real depressed. And I would vent to people, but it was like they didn't understand. And like you said, how you have to make sure that people are in that space. Like, everybody got their own problems, but nobody really understood. So it was crazy. So then when I got my warehouse, things started getting better because it was people that worked around me. So I would like see my neighbors and stuff, but it felt like I was actually going to work. So it was putting me like in a little bit of a better mood. I was leaving the house. I was actually going to work. I would see my neighbors. I would communicate with them a little bit. But I would still get lonely because I was still working by myself. So then I think it was like around Black Friday. When did COVID happen? 2020? 2019? Yep. 2020. Yeah, so it's like November 2020. My mom, I had a worker and it didn't work out. It didn't work out. She chose to do something else. And so I was like kind of in the bind. I'm like, shit, it's Black Friday. I had all these sales I had to get out. My mom was like, well, I'm coming to work with you. And I'm like, you for real? She like, yeah. So she been working with me ever since.
Mama's so supportive.
Yeah. And like I did an interview a little while ago and I was just saying like, you know, like if it wasn't for my mom like being there every single day, like Monday through Friday, I probably would have gave up. Cause it just be like so much, it'd be so draining. But she's just like that little extra push to be like, I'd be like, oh no, my mama gonna be there. I can see my mama say we gonna talk, we gonna gossip, we gonna do whatever we do, we gonna laugh,
and we gonna make it better.
Cause it's your mama, so like the vibe already just there because it's your mama, you know.
And so like we've always been close, but now we even closer. Like that's my girl. Like we come to work, we have us a good ass time. We be laughing, talking, singing, doing all of that, and like. I love going to work now. So I do feel like I'm coming back out of my shell, but I'm going to credit that to my mama.
That's what's up.
Yeah, that's what's up. And you're not the only one. I'm sure it's a lot of people like that, you know. Well, we all went into a shell, whether people want, well, most of us. I'm not going to say we are, because some people still live life every day like it wasn't COVID. So they was outside, they was at this person's house, that person's house. Yeah. So like the people who really had to be by themselves and still had a business to run, like, I know it could have been like harder, but we all need that one person or them those two people, however many people it takes to push us. Like I'm sure the biggest brand you can think of like probably went through like similarity things. Like the road to success, my favorite person in the world is Steve Harvey. He tell you all the time, like, and just listen to him, like it's a couple more motivational people. They tell you like that type of stuff gonna get in your way, and it's up to you to be like, okay, let me get through this, get over this obstacle, you know, if you really want it. So that was very inspiring to hear, because I know it's somebody that's listening or watching that's starting a business or that has started a business, and they might be in that bind. They don't know what's next, or should they just give up. So like if you are in that bind, don't give up. Like it's better days.
So yes, I'm happy that Autumn spun the block all the time. Because, you know, if I didn't get an opportunity to talk about it, then it would just...
People wouldn't even know.
They wouldn't know. It'd just be there. And you never know who's going to listen to this. And they'd be like, oh, okay. So when y'all say, like, y'all do the podcast, like, so keep doing it.
A little backstory on me. I'm shy. I talk to people that I know. Like, but you're not going to just see me out just talking to everybody. That's not me. Like, unless they start talking to me first. I don't have a lot of friends. I'm shy. Like, but like... I will talk and I will defend myself, whatever. But me and her, we both Pisces, and we don't really agree on anything, but we were friends before the podcast, so we be talking about a lot of stuff. And we started the podcast, but like once we started it, I didn't think that many people care or listen or cared about me to hear me talk. And it be people reaching out to me on social media all the time, like, you haven't posted, where the podcast at? When the next episode dropping? Like, we really wanted to do maybe like one season a year. We on our 3rd season, like
in a year.
We really on the last episode.
Oh, that's good.
So like when we stop season 3, we not gonna be we not gonna have no episodes, and people gonna be, well, when y'all dropping again? So it's like we have to keep it going because they want to see it. Yeah. So I be telling her all the time, like, I never knew people cared to hear what I had to say. Like, little old me, I don't have nothing going on in my life that spectacular that I thought somebody would want to hear. Right.
That's what you think.
So it be days where like I'm like, oh my God, all these people supporting me. Like, what do I do? Because I'm not used to attention. I don't like attention. I don't like the cameras. Like, yeah. But I guess it's meant for me, so I'm here. So like, no, when we first would get no's from people, I used to be like, put them on our no list. Like, so when we get big and they try to write us, no, like that was my mentality. Like, but then I had to think about it. Like, no. We gonna ask them again. Right. We gonna ask them again and again and again. Like, so.
And then I think, so I had to do a Mother's Day special thing. And so I did the Mother's Day special. And I think it was like, I don't think I had even posted anything about it. But I promise you, I remember being at the special. And I was like, dang, I was like, oh, this brought me out of my shell. I was like, I liked doing this because they did like a video recording and everything. I was like, this girl been asking me to come on her podcast. I was like, I'm going to do that next. Period. Yeah. And I promise, like, it was like fate because I swear, like, Autumn reached out like, hey, you want to do the podcast? and I think I was like, yeah, like, when's the day we could do it? I was like, well, I'm going to be out of town this weekend, but yeah, when can we do it? Yeah. But no, I'm very happy that I did it. Like, very happy.
Like, a lot of people that starting businesses, it's good to hear different people's stories, like background, how I started, and where you at now. Like, it's just, everybody have a different story, so it's just good to talk about it because nobody path is the same. Like, absolutely nobody.
No, and I know it may look like that on social media, like we only show the glory, but baby, it's nobody's path is the same at all.
Listen, and it'd be rough getting to the top, but you can't quit. You just cannot quit. No, you gotta believe in yourself, believe in whatever you doing, and just keep going. Like, no matter how hard it get, if you really want to succeed, just be consistent.
Yeah, because I definitely have my days.
Yeah, your moment.
Yeah, like I was just talking to somebody about like my marketing, and I was just like, I don't do things like the traditional way.
She be coming reels.
Listen.
Okay. Hold on.
And the voiceover.
Before the reels. I mean, I seen you in skates and
photos.
Girl,
I used to get real creative. Creatively, that was just all me. Like, I would just get like as creative as possible, and that's what I was telling her like the other day. Like, I want to get back into that creativeness. Like I said, like I had shut down so much because of everything that the world was going through. But I said I need to get back creative like that and get more interactive with people. Like the photo shoots, like that used to be my thing. Like a new scent, you guarantee it was gonna be like a new photo. But like now I see that like the reels is the wave. So now I gotta learn how to do those.
Listen, reels are the wave. Instagram, I just got my first check from Instagram.
Really?
Can you tell us how much it was? I'm curious.
Girl, it was $700.
Really?
It was, so they gave me up to like 12 or 11 million views per reel, and I didn't hit 11 million, but I hit, I don't know how many. I didn't look, but the check was $701.
Wow.
And that was within 30 days. So the max is $1,200.
Do you see me looking at you like this?
Look, I'm over here like, what?
I gotta because my reel's not that sweet either. Like, they really just be voiceovers and I just, do them. But somehow people just watch them or they share them. Like, that's why when I post my reels, I be like, man, share my reels, because the more people share it, the more people watch it, and you literally get paid off the views. So it was like, they sent me a notification like, we trying this new thing. It's called bonuses, and you get a check off of your reels.
That's lit.
So every 30 days, you have 30 days to
hit that goal.
Yep, to hit that goal, and then it start over. So Yep, my first one was $700, and that's like we on Instagram all day, like
Right.
we're just promoting our business. So for me to be able to just make reels and make money off of it, like I love it here, like I love it here. So definitely a good marketing. And
I'm gonna wake up. She gonna have a reel up.
Look, and what's crazy is like photo shoots and all that stuff. Like even if you was like to do a flashback with all your like old promo and make it a reel with some music behind it. It's a go.
Now,
like,
now I'm about to go dig up my old phone.
Yeah, no, your old photo shoots was always peak.
Yeah.
So that always,
I really miss doing those, and I was doing those a lot too, like just with myself, just for like brand recognition, and then so people could recognize my face too as being the owner. Like I just recently had the lady do a photo shoot. She did it from where she was at, and she hired some models. And I kind of been kicking myself because I was like, I should have been the one to do it.
Yeah.
But it get like that though.
Yeah.
Trust me, I understand. Like,
I was trying something new.
Well, might I add, we did a photo shoot before, remember?
Yes.
Yeah, ours was dope. Yep.
That was fun.
We did it for hair.
Yep.
It was, what was it? Clueless.
Clueless
Yep.
thing. Yeah, that was fun.
Yep.
That was fun.
That was tiny.
So
right?
yeah. So yeah, I'm definitely getting back into.
Let's get into it. Social media is the way of life now.
Yeah.
Like, and it's. I even hear on TikTok they like pay you once you get to a certain amount of followers.
Yeah, it's easy to get followers on TikTok than it is Instagram.
And it's so crazy because
I
my
agree with that.
TikTok don't go crazy like my Instagram reels.
You probably should Google what time you should drop them or something. I don't know.
I might need
You got to know the hashtags to use for TikTok.
That too.
You can
That's
Google hashtags to use for TikTok.
It's a little research, but a little research ain't never hurt nobody.
Make no money.
Yeah,
Right.
definitely. But I do hope that you get out of your shell, and I be one to tell people because I need to take my own advice. Somebody just wrote me on Instagram today, like, so when is those motivational messages coming? And I'm just like, wow, well, let me get on that. Like,
because she used to send motivational text message, but then she told me that sometimes she needs to be motivated. So I can't even blame her for not sending them because I ain't motivated.
I used to.
either.
I get up at 3-4 in the morning and send this text out.
Yeah, I got a friend that do the same thing. And like when she
They be
don't
so
send a
needed.
message,
You be
when
like,
she
"Where
don't
is
send a
that?"
message, I be like, what? I'm
Hey.
like, you good? You okay? Like, I be needing that, even if I don't respond to it. Because most of the time I just look at it and I be like, okay,
I needed
that's my
that
message for the
for the
day.
day.
Mm-hmm.
But it be hitting. It be like right on time.
Yeah. Somebody text me like, girl, I've been needing you, where you been at? And
you
I'm
been
just like,
at?
okay,
She like,
now
I'm
I'm back.
going through, like,
I was
myself.
I was in the shell myself, so I know. And it will be days where we got people booked and it was like, wow, I really got to go record today. Like, it would be one of them days and I'll be like, okay. So we all need a little bit of motivation.
I said, I'm coming out my shell. I'm
Let's
coming
get
outside
it.
this summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Like-
tell her, I'm like, we need to be outside this summer because people, we tired of hearing no, and we about to come up to
Yo,
y'all
and
face
it'd
to
be
face.
like a lot of cool stuff that be popping
It do.
too. Other than like just going to the clubs. Like,
Hello.
yeah, like
I'm
I
outside
definitely getting a lot of
business-wise.
these- Yeah,
Business-wise.
business wise. Like,
Yeah.
for sure. Like y'all said y'all was gonna go to Jen's event.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it'd be a lot of like I went to the
networking
last
event.
one. Yeah,
I
great
seen it was
networking.
lit.
It was lit.
It was lit.
She funny as hell. It was.
She's hilarious. When
It
you
was
see
a
this
fun
episode,
time.
you're gonna be on the floor. Like
Right.
her energy, like when she
No
walked in,
filter.
I felt the energy from the door.
That's
like
her. That's
Yeah.
her.
That
you
was my
need those
first time
type of
meeting her.
people. You definitely need those, and I hope she like succeed at everything. Like she's made for that. That's her life. Like
Yeah,
Big
y'all
straight
gotta
Oprah for sure.
with the podcast. Y'all definitely gotta be outside.
Yeah,
Y'all gotta be-
I feel like just to turn it up a little bit more, like
Yeah.
we gotta bump into these people in person because y'all not about to leave me on red.
Period.
Not face to face, you not.
Period.
So
I don't think I never left you on red though. I just probably was I was probably like, no. But I'm not turning down no more opportunities. Like even if y'all think like, oh, we just like we small, we starting
Yeah.
out. Mm-mm.
it don't matter.
It don't matter.
we've been aiming big.
Exactly. That's how you supposed to be. Like
Yeah.
they be like small business,
No,
big
that-
business, baby.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
big
yeah.
business over here.
You might not feel like it's that now, but it will be.
No,
Okay.
for sure. Yeah.
I also like what you do when like people have events, and obviously this is someone like that's your friend, or you know. So she did this thing where when we came in, it was like a thank you gift, and it was Brooklyn Body Butter.
Period.
I still have.
Oh yeah.
I want to talk about that.
Yeah, I offer those. a lot of people be wanting them for like their
Here they
baby
are.
showers and stuff. Look at that can. Oh, God.
The can. Yeah.
Something.
Like, girl,
Yes,
did you
and
run
it-
over it?
No, I didn't. I take it everywhere with me.
She literally always.
And I use just a smidge. That's all you need for real. A
Yeah,
smidge.
you only need a little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was a scent that she personally made for this person, so I felt like she might not ever make it again. And the scent is it smells so good.
oh, I know what scent it was. I got an idea of what scent it was.
Can you make that?
I don't think so.
Dang.
Listen,
she gonna come with it. Don't
but
even
okay,
worry about it.
so like I told y'all I don't do nothing. I don't do anything like traditional, like how a lot of people like with businesses they do like I'm gonna do it Q1, Q2. I don't do that.
You do your own thing.
I do my own thing
Whenever I feel like it.
Yeah, and that's just how, because I don't like that type of pressure.
Hello.
So I just feel like whatever flows,
Whatever mood you in, yeah.
whatever mood I'm in, that's what we gonna get at that time. So like, but for the summer, I do try to do like a summer scent, or I try to do like a scent with the season, but sometimes it don't always work out like that. But I don't really have like, I know it may sound bad, but it works for me. But I really don't have like a set structure. I will say the next thing that I am coming out with in June is gonna be a body oil.
Oh, that's nice.
Okay.
So it's literally all the same ingredients as the body butter, but it's just in a liquid
Oil
form.
form.
Yeah.
Oh, might I add?
I'm
Not only do she have
excited.
Brooklyn body butter, she got the body milk.
Yep. The body
seen
milk.
that.
I've tried that too.
I'm gonna be honest, I ain't big on the milk. I like the butter better, but hey,
So what do you do with the milk?
it's just like, that's a fancy name for lotion. It's just a body lotion.
I wear the milk to work, so it worked for me because it's just lotion.
Yeah, it's just lotion.
Now I wear the body butter when I'm headed out.
But I think the oil is gonna be a hit, especially for like these hot months. Now I will say with the oil, I feel like that should have been out probably like May. It should have came out a little bit sooner. But I literally just thought of it like a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. I was like, I'm gonna make a body oil. My mom was like, "That's what you want to do next?"
That's what we doing.
I was like,
I love the
I was like,
support.
yeah, that's what I want to do. She was like, well, you know, everything that you do, it bangs out. So come on, let's do it. Like,
Yeah.
that's my
It's definitely
girl.
gonna bang out for
I
sure.
run everything by my mama first, and she'd tell me like if it's a go or not. So that's my girl.
I love to hear that.
Yeah, that's
like,
gonna be a hit for sure.
it definitely is.
Yeah,
like,
body oil for sure.
You gonna have time to do a shoot?
you
I'm gonna make time.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I
Yeah.
told you, I'm
That's
getting
gonna be
back in
lit
that bag.
because I already got an idea in my head what it could be like.
It ain't gonna be me in no bikini all oiled up though.
No.
I ain't taking it there.
No, I just buy like poolside or something like that.
Yeah, like oiled up. Like that'd be fun, but I ain't gonna be in no bikini.
Yeah.
Girl.
I got a little stretch mark cellulite.
And
No.
listen, and the people need to see that. We not
No,
on
you know what? You're right. We do. But I'm gonna
Natural
be
bodies
honest
matter.
with you. Natural bodies do matter, but I'm gonna be honest with you. If I do that, if I pop out like that,
They gonna be expecting that.
they ain't gonna expect that.
Listen, it's gonna
And I
sell
am
out.
gonna have them touch up a little bit of areas. That's
And
just
that's cool.
that's just what it's gonna be. I'm just being honest.
And so who gonna say something?
Exactly.
Nobody.
Y'all gonna get this body oil. I'm gonna leave a stretch marker too, but y'all ain't gonna get all of it.
Right, because y'all worried about the wrong thing. You're supposed to be watching the
We supposed
oil.
to be focused on the oil.
Listen.
But yeah, for sure, definitely got to come heat with the body oil promo.
I'm
Yeah.
really excited for
Yeah.
you because listen, it was the Brooklyn body butter on a platter for me. Like,
Yeah.
bring it to me, okay?
Yeah.
I'm still a little salty that I ain't had a cherry on top, but the restaurant ran out of cherries because that was the cherry
You
almond
was
butter.
gonna bring the cherry on top.
Yeah, needed the cherry on top. I was like, dang, y'all out of cherries? She like, I'm sorry, we're out of cherries. I'm like,
Like who just runs out of cherry?
yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but I really want to get back into that creativeness. I really enjoy that. And sometimes I be seeing like other brands, because for a minute I was like, oh, I'm gonna help other brands with they branding and creativeness. I honestly, I'm gonna be honest, I don't have time to focus on anybody else's brand at this time, just because. So we hit the 5-year mark, which is like a big deal to me.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
That was this year, so that was like a really big deal for me. So like, I don't know, maybe next 2, 3, 5 years, maybe I can sit down and I can help other people with branding their business. But I'm really focused on like what's bringing me the money in and keeping the people happy and doing what needs to be done.
Yeah, and the fact that you still run and work your business.
Oh,
like, yeah.
I know people be like, oh, you the boss this.
I'm the worker and the boss, babe.
Yeah, I'll be like, look, I ain't the boss. I'm still a worker. I'm still at the workers level. And it's nothing wrong with that. It's nothing wrong with that. Because it's still so much for me to learn. And I just... how can I say it? Like, I don't ever want to get like the big head. Like, I ain't got to do nothing because I'm always gonna want to do something. Like, I don't like being referred to like as the boss. Like, no, that's why I be like, oh, I'm the creator and maker of Brooklyn Body Butter. Like, because that's who I am, and I'm still creating every day, making. Okay, I'll be honest. Since we here, I will be honest. Now that I've taught my mom how to make the body butter, she does most of the making, and I do most of like the packaging designs, like the shipping, the clerical. I'm able to handle a lot of that stuff where I don't have to source anybody else to do that for me. I'm able to tackle all of that. But I'm definitely still the worker. I'm gonna forever be the worker. Forever.
It's nothing wrong with it.
Yeah. And that's what set you apart. Yeah.
Yeah, like I come from a whole line of entrepreneurs. Like, I mean, it was kind of like destined for me to be like an entrepreneur, be doing something where I'm running like a business or something like that. Because I've literally had a job since I was 8 years old. Like my granny, she gave me my first job. I was 8 and I worked at her nursery. She paid me $5 a day. I worked Monday through Friday. That was like a crazy amount of money for
what did you do?
An 8-year-old. I just helped her with her nursery.
Oh, okay.
But it felt like I did every damn thing. To be honest, at that age.
Now that you looking back.
Yeah, I was like, she was running me. So it was crazy. Like, I think I might have worked there. Y'all gonna laugh. I worked there for like a week or two. Got my paycheck, and my mama said I had wrote her this letter. My mom still got the letter. Like, I have got my first paycheck, and I am leaving the nursery. My mom was like, "You cannot get it to her." But I do remember working it, and so even being that young, she instilled a lot of great qualities in me. And then my other grandmother back in the day, she used to own a barbershop on State Fair. On the east side, it was like one of the first women-owned barbershops. And then once she got rid of the barbershop, then she was working from home. She was a barber from home. My mom used to braid hair. She used to braid hair out of her basement. So I've always saw like the women and the men, because my father included, he's a roofer. So I've always saw them like get up, go to work, do their own thing. And I think one of the most valuable lessons that my dad taught me as far as like being an entrepreneur and being a business owner, especially, is just like running an honest business. Mm-hmm. He was like, that's why I've been able to stay in business for so long, because he was like, because I'm honest. I'm honest about my business. I'm honest about everything it is that I do. I don't try to get over it on anybody. So that always plays in the back of my head. Like, I'm always honest about everything when it comes to my business, as even down to like the ingredients being right there on the label. It's nothing else extra added in Brooklyn Body Butter. It's like, I don't know. I feel like running an honest business is like the most important thing. Like, I've had people then cursed me out, said that they didn't get their packages, how I stole from them, I scammed from them. I'm like, look, this is my baby namesake. My baby name is Brooklyn. So I'm putting it all on the line behind that one. Like, I don't have to steal from nobody. I don't have to rob. None of that. Like, I want y'all to get y'all body butter. Like, y'all got to get it. And I had people that came at me like that. And let me tell y'all, they always came back and apologized.
I bet.
Always.
I bet, because they wrong. But I always see you. I always see you do good for the people, because obviously I follow you and Brooklyn Body Butter, the actual page. People that's been shopping with you since day one, been supporting you, that spend a lot of money with you, you always are seeing like an extra body butter or extra tool. Or like people you see doing something, or they might have did something for you, or whatever the case may be, you sent them a care package. I didn't see people sick and they wake up to Brooklyn Body Butter. Like, you do things for the community. So like for people to try to get over on you, like, I'm sure if they would have said it in a nice way, just the type of person you are, you would have resent them.
Oh yeah, I definitely would have rectified the issue.
Yeah.
That's another thing I want to get more into, like with this upcoming year too. Like, our shea butter is straight from Ghana. So my plan, and I pray that I can make it over there. Is I really want to go over there and give back. Big. So I've been talking to the guy, and we trying to get something in motion to do that. But I'm really trying to get over to Ghana. I want to see how they, how they working, and just like they living conditions, and give something back to them. So yeah. So it's like
I'm thinking like. That's gonna be lit. Yeah. You want us to come? If you need some help, call us.
So I'm like, no, I want to go directly to the source, because like when he was showing me pictures, he like it's a lot of women that's over there working, and they doing a lot of this. Shea butter comes from the shea nut tree, so they cracking this butter open and getting it, doing all
from
this.
the root.
Yeah, so,
with their bare hands.
Yeah, with their bare hands. So I really want to go over there and really be able to give back and show like my gratitude and appreciation, because I am so thankful for them. Like
without y'all,
without them, I wouldn't be able to do it in the mass amount that I'm able to do it. So that's something that I really want to work on, just like,
and with a great quality as well.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, so I just want to know, like, I just want people. I want them to know that I'm thankful and I'm appreciative of what it is that they're doing, and try to give back to their community. And I would like to do some more community building here, like within the city as well, just like with young girls. Even if we go out for Girls' Day, or we have like a spa day or something like that. Like, I feel like, keep our, like, I got a daughter, so she's 8, and I feel like, for 8-year-old like her, like she still is like really innocent, like as a little girl, and I love that about her.
A kid.
I want to keep our kids like kids, like they be growing up too fast.
That real quick,
before you get into your thought, I want to just say how you y'all were just in Brooklyn, I think.
Yeah, I took
they go to
New
Brooklyn
York
a lot. Or it just matches the brand. It's just like y'all supposed to be there. Like she has such the cutest little girl. She dressed so cute and everything.
And I love to see
I wanted to move to I wanted to move to New York for like a month this summer, but it's not gonna work out. It ain't gonna work out how I wanted it to. So I'll just keep going. But New York is just like
a vibe.
Yes.
Well, what I can say, if you want to go like for like a couple weeks, even for a month, you can reach out like to the people who own Airbnb. And when you reach out to them, you can ask them, they have their set rate maybe for like $200 a night. You can ask them like, hey, if I want to stay a month, can I do it for this amount? And a lot of the times the owners of the home or the property, they be with that. Like I did it before. Like when
they don't have to worry about them fees.
You don't have to worry about the fees. You can reach out to them. So that's just to put in the back of your head, just to reach out to them.
Yeah, I know it sounds crazy because like I'm from Michigan, Southfield, Michigan, but New York is really that place that kind of just like centers me and brings me back to like, I don't know. It's like hard to say. Like, it just like when I go to New York, like I usually go to catch a vibe, and like you do a lot of walking there, and it's just like
different.
Yeah, it's different. Like, don't get me wrong, we hustle here, but they hustle is like
24/7.
Way different. Like, it's just that place that just brings me back to my center, and I just be like, okay, it just gives me that energy. And when I get back home, I'll be like, okay, I'm charged up. I'm ready to go.
Yeah.
So I ain't gonna lie, I do try to go to New York like once or twice a month.
That's what's up.
Yeah. You be gone. Yeah. I was like, I already know where she going.
Like if I'm at the airport, I'm 9 times out of 10, I'm going to New York.
New York is so busy. Yeah. I love it there.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to you saying your child is innocent at 8. Like it's girls that's 8 thinking they 18 and they just want to be so grown so fast, and their mama's not stopping them.
Yeah.
Daddy's probably not around. Like, and in Detroit, it's a big thing. Like
in the world.
Well,
I be seeing them on TikTok.
Yeah, my baby is not allowed to have no TikTok, none of that.
Because it makes them grow so fast.
And it's introducing her to too much stuff that I'm not even ready to introduce her to. Like, certain things she be oblivious to. Like, even, like, knowing what a boyfriend is or liking a little boy. Like, she oblivious to that. I ain't gonna lie. Like,
nothing wrong with it.
When I was her age, I remember, like, writing a little boy, like, a little letter that I liked him. But, it was different then. But it's different for her now. Like, that's not even her focus. Like, she into drawing and...
Being a kid,
yeah.
And it could be different, too, because... she's at a private school, so it's like a lot of stuff that she probably miss out on
in a
too.
Public school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of stuff that she missed out on. But yeah, just keeping her like innocent and youthful, like
that's a big responsibility in the generation we live in.
Yeah.
because a lot of parents don't even have responsibility. Like they don't take raising their child right or letting them be a kid as a responsibility. Like they letting them grow up with them. Like
or just
it's
sitting
not
in front of a phone or a tablet all day, and
that's not
what we on. No.
Yeah, it's sad to see them. Some kids I see, and
they in a grown folks conversation.
Like I remember, like back in the day, we used to have to excuse ourselves from the room.
They used to be like, you go in the room.
Or they just cut their eye and give you the look, and you knew. Other kids would be like, "Oh, but mommy, did you tell her about what such and such did? Like, why you in my like, how he even in your conversation? Why you talking about that?"
It's so different now, and it's like parents don't know how to differentiate from being a parent and a friend. Like you can be your child's friend, don't get me wrong, but all the time, like you don't even know when to be a parent. Like,
no, that's not cool.
It's not cool. Like it's little girls growing up doing way too much, way too young.
Hands on the hip. They ain't even play that back in the day.
Oh no.
What?
Yeah, like what you got? Why do you have your hands on that imaginary? It wasn't even a hip. Like it's like it's not cool because it gets to a point where y'all let it go on and they too far gone, so you can't. It's hard to fix.
Stop it. Yeah.
So it's like, you know, you really setting the kid up for failure. Like
I don't think I've ever had to discipline my daughter. I know I never like gave her like a spanking, whooping. Never had to do that. I can't really name a time that I've honestly had to discipline her.
Yeah, that's good.
That's really good.
Yeah, she like really well behaved, but I feel like it's because like we stayed with my parents for like the first 4 or 5 years of her life, so
like good discipline.
So she had that
she seen
balance.
it.
So she like mature, but she's still a child, like respectful. Like
that's what's up.
Yeah.
Kids walk in the room, they don't speak to nobody. Like, well, hello to you too.
Right. That's who you mad at. Right? Got nothing to be mad at. When you walk into a room, you speak.
You're supposed to speak. But a lot of adults are like that.
They don't.
They walk in and they scan the room. I'll be like, hey, what's
it? Doesn't even matter who's in here. Say hi.
It's just general hello.
Then scan the room. Do whatever you want to after that.
Like, common courtesy is just to speak. Like people be
It's too much. It's too much of that now. Like, but social media has really
played a big part.
I seen a couple arguing about that before, about the kid having a TikTok, and
what they say,
one of the parents didn't want the kid to have a TikTok, and then the other one was like, well, she should be able to do what all the other kids are doing. But he was just like,
just because all the other kids are doing it,
that's making her a follower.
It was a big
child a follower.
It was a big thing on social media. I don't want to really get into it, but that's how I know like it's too much happening wrong because.
Well, I mean, that's how Kanye feels too about North having a TikTok, and he was like, even though it's her and Kim's TikTok, she still shouldn't have a TikTok, and I feel him like. They
already in y'all business, so and she a kid, so she not gonna know to hide certain things.
Right,
so
exactly,
that wrong TikTok could be the wrong thing, like, and just because she deleted it, they done already screen recorded it,
right?
Like,
based off who
it's already on YouTube now, so it's sad. I really wish people keep their kids more sheltered. It's really protecting them at the end of the day.
Yeah, I agree with that. We do have to protect our youth. Even like what happened the other day with that. You know, the 10-year-old God rest his soul who died in that car crash. Them teens did y'all hear about that?
I didn't. Hold on, wait.
Okay, so basically from what I read, and I'm sorry if I mixed the story up a little bit, but basically from what I read was the police saw a car driving crazy, and so they, tried to pull it over. Right. They went on a chase, but they called off the chase for safety of everybody else. And then they said like later on they saw the car wrapped around the tree, basically. Like
was a 10-year-old driving?
No, a 10-year-old was in the car with like 4 other teens that ranged probably from like the teens probably ranged from like ages. Everybody in the car was in between like 10 and 17 at the oldest.
Wow.
And a 10-year-old, unfortunately, he passed away. And that's what I'm saying, like about protecting our youth, like.
That was senseless. It shouldn't even ever happen.
That shit is crazy. But I was reading some of the comments and they was like, well, the police shouldn't have been chasing them to begin with. But if you see a car driving crazy, why
that's their job.
That's their job to do. And then they did call off the chase because, but still it's just like
it's senseless.
Yeah. When are people gonna point the finger at the parents that's, letting this
it's the blind leading the blind though. It's a lot of parents having kids don't want the kid. they having the baby to keep the man. It's a lot of it's a lot of reasons why people are having babies. They not really having babies because it's like, oh, it's time for me to grow up. It's time for me to be a parent. Like they make so many excuses why I'm young, and it just be too much. Kids raising their own self.
The kids are really raising themselves. Like, I don't even want to get into it, but like, kids they really are raising themselves when they at certain parents, it's just it's terrible.
Yeah, we got to do better. That's the thing. People don't want to hold themselves accountable about it. But like, if we made the change to be better, then it's gonna be a domino effect. But until then, it's gonna continue to be
a mess.
Yeah, accountability. However you say it, it's really at an all-time low these days.
What?
And I feel like that sometimes I don't hold myself accountable for like some of my actions. I'll be like, well, they did this, so I did that. Like, and I'm working on that too. I'm a work in progress. Yeah, I'm working on it. But yeah, accountability is at an all-time low these days, unfortunately.
That's a whole nother topic for another day.
But we gotta have accountability partners. We gotta have that friend, spouse, family member who gonna be like, nah, you wrong.
You wrong as hell.
Yeah, I don't need no yes men in our life. Like, you gotta tell me when I'm wrong. And I feel like everybody that's around me, they gonna tell me like, nah, you wrong, or when I'm right.
Yeah, definitely.
It's important to have some accountability partners, okay?
Well, I would like to thank you for coming out.
Thank you.
Please tell the people where they can find you. You already said you got a body oil coming out, so.
Oh, yes.
Excited.
Yes, I'm excited about that. You say where they can find me at? All right. Instagram is JazArielM. That's JASARIELM. Our website is www.brooklynbodybutter.com. Our Instagram is the same, Brooklyn Body Butter. Yes, please check us out. Spread love the Brooklyn way.
Yeah. And you know where to find us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, RT, Adore the letter N, Daisy. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to our channel.
See y'all next time.